rolling, rolling, rolling. Keep those. I don't know what it was now.
Now we have speed.
Okay.
All right. So first,
all right.
Update on me.
Yes. Update on you. I don't know how I like this. Do I like my hair like this? Yeah, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Is that good?
Oh, dear.
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
We just turn the chairs a little bit.
No, it's okay.
You're funny. All right.
Okay.
Count of 1, 2, 3. Bom dia.
Bon dia.
It's fun. I like to do that.
I know, and I like starting my day now on Facebook with a bon dia kind of, for whatever reason, I've started doing that. Oh, yeah. I'm like, yeah, bon dia is right. I haven't gone to boa tarde, to boa noite. I've stuck kind of with a bon dia.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
I missed that. I don't spend enough time on Facebook.
I know, he doesn't.
I don't.
He doesn't.
I do not. Well, this week...
Yes, what are we talking about? What do you need to let everybody know?
Well...
I know, this is your podcast.
This is my podcast.
Yes.
Hundreds of people...
Hundreds!
...have been asking...
Yes.
Bob, how are you? What's happening with your citizenship? How are you doing learning the language?
And?
All of that.
All of that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what's the answer?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Well, I guess the first thing to update is citizenship status.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're going through the process and your paperwork's already been received by the Portuguese government, then you'll understand when I say I'm on my paperwork's in the 4th of 7 steps, I think it is, where the first step is receiving, and then the next is acknowledging, and then the third is dusting it off after a few months, and then, so anyway, but when you translate the fine print, they explain currently it's taking not quite 3 years, 2.5 to 3 years.
Yeah.
So,
and what year are we on?
I'm in the 2nd year, so I'm expecting, as the sun sets on 2024, my citizenship should be complete.
Yay!
So that would be a nice journey.
That would be wonderful.
Be a nice
that
journey.
would be wonderful.
And for anybody who's considering it, now I'm applying for citizenship through marriage.
Yeah.
You should know that we found it very confusing trying to read the different websites for embassies and Portuguese government and all that to really discern what you need to do. I'm laughing because there's a lot of information out there that's different. If you are just applying for citizenship through no marriage or blood relation, I believe, I'm not an expert, okay, I believe there's a language requirement.
There is, if
there
I'm not
isn't
mistaken.
a language requirement for marriage, or if your parents were Portuguese.
Right.
So we were laboring at first under the whole I need to learn the language.
Right.
And that was the information we had
at that time
about 8 years ago. So started taking some classes and trying to learn and get through all of that, and then...
Well, I think it was more than that. It was not only language.
Well, I've been struggling with the language for 30-some years.
Well, yes, but it was more than that. It wasn't just learning the language. It was also people in the Portuguese community
that's right.
had to write letters stating that you would make a good Portuguese citizen because of your involvement in XYZ.
And my quick wit.
I don't know about quick wit, but I think at that time,
that's right.
You had said, we had all kinds of people lined up that were going to write the letter of, a reference letter.
And they have to be in Portuguese.
And it has to be in Portuguese.
And then I had to write a letter.
On why you felt called upon to become a Portuguese citizen. And when we were talking to someone who had some idea of what was going on, and they said to you, do you belong to Portuguese clubs? And Bob was like, no, I don't belong to Portuguese clubs. And they're like, well, do you do, this? What do you do for the Portuguese community that would make you, be... And I think you looked at him, and then you looked at me, and he went, I want you to meet my wife, Maria, that I work with on anything that she does to promote Portuguese and being Portuguese and all of that stuff. And I think he looked at you and he said, that's not enough.
Not enough.
Yeah, not enough.
It's not enough.
I'm like, what?
Nothing's never enough. It will never be enough. It's funny because
it's not enough.
I read an article this week that said, like, Portuguese citizenship is one of the easiest ones to get. I can't imagine how challenging it would be absolutely anywhere else. But, I try not to look at the website to check on my status on any regular basis.
Yeah, and I've stopped asking. I've stopped asking him because I know how frustrating it can be. So for those that are out there that are going through the same thing, you're not alone. You're definitely not alone. You're in good company.
Yeah. And for anybody who's wondering, why do I want the citizenship, what difference does it make? Certainly you can live a very good life and go back and forth and not need to do that.
Right.
Again, with our plans to spend time there in retirement, or semi-retirement, this could help just the slightest bit.
Right.
As far as banking and anything else may want to do, and I still consider myself young and spry. Maybe I'd want to work over there a little bit, and that would... Don't laugh at that.
Young and spry.
Okay. I can consider myself that.
Yes. It's all in our heads, yeah.
Even if I'm apparently wrong, but that's okay. And, our 3 daughters have citizenship,
yes.
And certainly you have citizenship, and our grandchildren will have citizenship, so I'd like to make it a full set.
Yes. Yeah.
So there is that, and I just love Portugal and the Azores, and I'll learn to love Madeira when I see that.
I can't wait.
So, I can't wait. This is coming from a very, very sincere place.
Yes.
And,
yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Looking forward to moving that forward too.
What's funny is that I have my cousins in Portugal and São Miguel, and that they know what we've been going through, and having Bob wanting to be citizen and all of that, and they love the fact, and I've heard it a few times, they're like, oh my goodness, Bob's more Portuguese than some Portuguese people. Because of the history that he knows of Portugal, he doesn't just, he doesn't do anything halfway. With anything that he does, he, throws himself into it completely. And
either all the way or I'm a quitter. It's just no in between.
There's no in between. No, there isn't. So there are things that he knows, and whether it's, government stuff, history stuff, famous authors, famous music, just whatever it is in the Portuguese realm. And he's aware of it. And I know you're working on your language, and I want but I wanted you to tell everyone what you're using this time as a basis to help you with the Portuguese language.
All right. So a couple of podcasts ago, we were talking about New Year's resolutions.
Yes.
And that we don't really make them. But I kind of lied about that one.
Huh? What?
I did. Itchy nose, I'm sorry.
Okay.
So one of my favorite things to do is read.
Yes.
As you know.
Yes.
And I had to clear out a few books that are on the pile there to free up 2024. But my goal this year is to immerse myself in all things Portuguese to help with the language. So I will be reading a lot this year, and I've been working nearly every day, even if it's just a little tiny bit, working every day on the language. And so we get questions all the time about this. We really do.
We do.
How's the best way to learn the language? So I'm going to tell you what I'm doing right now. It may not be what I'm doing next week, but it's what I'm doing
right now.
Right now, and enjoying it.
Yeah.
Enjoying it. So the first question that you got this week that I'll address is, can you recommend anybody on like YouTube?
Right. For
language. And so the YouTube channel I keep going back to, and by the way, for any of these things, we have no affiliation.
None.
None. Just, these are the things that I like.
Yeah.
So the first channel that I really like is called Talk the Streets. And I think her name is Maria. She seems very nice. She's an English expat who's been in Portugal for 12 years. I think she's of Portuguese heritage.
Yeah.
But raised in England and went back. And her videos are very practical. I'm enjoying one right now. It's like the most common 100 words. And she like defines the word, says the word, uses it in a sentence, goes on to the next word. And if you know these 100 words, you're going to be pretty good in almost any conversation. You should get through it. And that's true for learning any language, right? There's like 100 words that are really the key. And it's funny because as she starts that video with the top 100 words, she explains there's like, I don't know, 170,000 words in the Portuguese vocabulary. And you're never going to learn all of them. People think the more words I know, the better off I'll be, but that's just not the case. So she concentrates on that one. There's another one. I'm going to butcher this woman's. Mia Esmiriz? Maria Esmiriz Academy. She's really good also. She's really good. She's like,
we'll put that in now.
Yeah, we'll put all this underneath. So those are the two YouTube channels to keep going back to. There are plenty of them, and you can find one that fits your style.
True.
These are the two that fit my style.
Right.
One woman I have spoken to about lessons, and I just don't really have the time to commit to her program, is Katerina at the Language Unschool. And she talked to me for like 45 minutes on the phone to determine my needs. Right. So that she could really tailor a program for me. And she was very nice to talk to. I knew her program would work. I just don't have the time for it because I travel so much.
Right.
So I try to listen to a couple of YouTube videos a day so I can be immersed in hearing it. But the woman, Maria, I believe, at Talk the Streets, she was doing a video recently about learning the language. And one app that she recommended is called Lingo Clip. If you remember, that was the one listening to music.
Oh, okay.
And it's like a game. So the song plays, and you have the lyrics underneath, and there will be like a fill in the blank, and you'll have 4 words to choose from. You really have to listen hard, and that's the problem that I have with the language. I can't always hear the unique words. So your listening skills are improved. So I'm finding that really good.
Okay. All right.
So don't say I'm not a good listener, because
I did not say that.
I'm improving that.
I did not say that.
So,
thank you.
Lingo Clip is really good. I also started using another app called PrismaText.
These are all apps that I have no idea he's been doing, so I'm glad we're talking about this now.
I'm not just over there playing Candy Crush. I am learning useful, valuable information.
Well, no, I keep hearing what I hear all the time because his office is downstairs, where I'm upstairs working on my stuff, and all I could hear is Portuguese music.
Well,
that's what I keep hearing downstairs. So
back to Lingo Clip, actually.
Oh, sorry.
No. You reminded me what I wanted to talk about. So the artists that I really like that are on Lingo Clip, the first song I listened to is by Tiago Betancourt, who's a guitar player. I don't even want to classify whatever type of music is because I'll have that wrong. And then Anna Mora, who's famous for her fado.
I love her.
She's tremendous.
I love her.
Enjoying that. And then the third artist I'm really enjoying is Claudia Pascal, she came up, I think she was on, represented Portugal for Eurovision, I think.
I don't know.
Great voice. Her songs are fun. They'll be traditional with a twist. And I just enjoy listening to the songs now. So that's how I'm immersing myself.
There you go. Songs and Portuguese music, guys.
Yes.
Portuguese
so that's
music.
Great. But PrismaText is a little bit different because you will buy a book from them. And I went really basic. I went with Sherlock Holmes. I like the Sherlock Holmes mysteries. And as you read through, you can set whether you're beginner, medium, or expert. And like once a paragraph or once a sentence, there will be Portuguese words. So you get them kind of in context. And they're highlighted. You click on them, it'll show you what they mean, and then you can just keep right on reading.
Okay.
So that's easy. And then the last one that I haven't used all that much is called U Fluent. And they use, I guess, AI. They'll give you a situation, and you talk to the app, and then it grades your pronunciation.
Oh.
And tells you where to improve.
Interesting.
It told me to come back later. That's just what it said. That's what it said.
Not good yet. No.
So, I'm trying to read as much as I can about history, particularly about wine in the Douro Valley. That's kind of what's going on right now. I'm doing the 3 apps every day. I'm looking at YouTube channels. That's how I'm keeping myself immersed in trying to pick up the language.
Okay. You heard it here. You heard it here, folks. So if you're out there and, because I know I do get those questions a lot, like how do I learn the language? I want to move back, or I'm looking at retiring one day, but I think I need to know the language. And you should know. Granted, there are a lot of people who speak English in Portugal, but they're involved within tourism or the larger stores or larger facilities. The smaller villages, the smaller, the real part of Portugal, they don't speak English. They speak Portuguese. So it's important for you to know some of the language so that, you're not just going to a foreign country and thinking, well, I can speak English. They've got to speak English to me. No, it doesn't work that way. So it's really great. So hopefully these things have helped. They're going to help you. We'll see. And keep the questions coming, and we'll try to answer them for you as best we can. That's it.
I think that's it.
I think that's it for today.
I've got to go off to study.
Off he goes.
Off I go. Right. Thanks, everybody.
All right, guys. Bye-bye. Okay.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.